Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Tezla Maths. Today we're going to be teaching you how to do sequences. So a sequence is when you've got a series of numbers, like here on the screen we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there is a common pattern between every single number. So in this example here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now you'll notice between every single number there's a difference of +1. That's all we're doing to every single number in the sequence. So here's another example of a sequence. We've got 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 and 13. So between all of these numbers there is a common pattern. So if we look at 3 and 5, the difference between these two numbers is 2. So then we'll go ahead and look at the next two, which is 5 and 7. And again there's a difference of 2. We then look at 7 and 9, 9 and 11 and 13. And then the difference between every single one of these is 2. So here we've got one more sequence on the screen. We're starting off with 30, 25, 20, 15 and then 10. So we'll look at the first two numbers. Now the difference here is -5. So then we'll look at the next two numbers in the sequence, which is 25 and 20. And again, it's a -5 difference. And this happens for 20 and 15, 15 and 10, and so on in the sequence. So now we have a different kind of sequence on the screen. We've got 2, 4, 8, 16 and 32. So we'll go ahead and we'll try the differences. We've got 2 and 4, which is +2. We've got 4 and 8, which is +4. We've got 8 and 16, which is +8, and 16 and 32, which is +16. So as you can see here, it's not the same number that's being added every time. We've got 2, then 4, then 8, then 16. So we know from this that it's not going to be a plus or a minus kind of number sequence. So what we can work out is that it's a multiplication sequence. So instead of adding 2, we can try times in 2. So 2 times 2 gives us 4. 4 times 2 gives us 8. 8 times 2 is 16. And 16 times 2 is 32. So here, that is the pattern in this sequence. Every number gets times by 2 to get the next one. Right, so on the screen are 3 different examples of sequences. Now I want you to pause the video right here and figure out what the pattern is between every single one of these sequences. So hopefully you've unpaused the video and you've worked out what the pattern is between each one of these sequences, and I'm going to go through them and see if you've got the right answer. So the first sequence, we've got 7, 12, 17, 22 and 27. Now if we look at the difference between the first two numbers, we've got a +5. The next two, we've got +5 again. 17 and 22 is +5, and the same goes for 22 and 27. So we can tell from here that the pattern is a +5 each time. So moving on to the next sequence, we've got 100, 97, 94, 91 and 88. So we'll look at the differences between 197 is -3, 97 and 94 is -3 again, 94 and 91 is -3, and the same goes for 91 and 88. So from this number sequence we know that the pattern is -3. And moving on to the final sequence, we've got 3, 9, 27, 81 and 243. So if we look at the differences between the numbers, we've got a +6, a +18, and from this we can already tell that it is not going to be an addition or a subtraction kind of pattern. So how are we going to get from 3 to 9? Well, timesing 3 by 2 is not going to give us 9, that gives us 6. But if we times it by 3, that's going to give us 9. So we'll try and use this for the rest of the equation. We'll times 9 by 3 and that gives us 27. We'll times 27 by 3 and that gives us 81. And 81 times 3 gives us 243. So from this we can tell that the pattern is times 3 every time. So hopefully you've managed to work these out and got the same answers as me. So if you're feeling confident, make sure you go and try out our sequences game that we've got lined up for you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on another episode of Tezla Maths.